Hi, my name's Stephen. I'm an elderly gentleman now, at 74, although I don't feel it. I've spent my whole life in medicine. I was a consultant physician, and that means that I spent the bulk of my life studying. I really started medicine when I was 14, really, when you start studying for your exams at school, and then you never let up after that. And I spent an awful lot of time in libraries and looking up medical literature and so on. And since I've retired, I've done a lot of reading. I've always done a lot of reading. In fact, it's one of my main recreations, I would have to say, and I now spend quite a lot of time studying with the Open University, and that is also involves reading, so I find a good light to read by very important. Well, I suppose over the years my sight and acuity has deteriorated a little. I mean, I've always been short-sighted and worn spectacles. Over the last 20 years, I've developed long sight, as most people of my age do, and I found it always rather difficult to find a satisfactory reading light, either to use in my living room or in bed. So when I saw ads for the Alex light, I was immediately interested, because this seemed to be a light that was designed for a particular function. To provide an excellent reading light, while most of the lights you look at in stores are more like fashion accessories. And so I was attracted by the thought that had apparently gone into designing this light to actually perform a function that it was designed for. Well, I use my light for reading. I spend far too much of my life reading. It's my main pleasure. I probably spend 25% or more of my waking hours reading and studying, and I have found I've become quite dependent on the quality of light delivered by the Alex light. I now have one also in the bedroom as a bedside light as well, because most bedside lights are totally inadequate. Well, I suppose it's its functionality and its dependability. I've had mine is in its 7th year, and I had a terrible shock the other day because the bulb went for the first time. And I suddenly realised, when I went back to my old table light, how dependent I was on it. So shock horror, I had to get that replaced very quickly. I think it's its reliability. I know I have it behind my chair. I know in the evening or and during the day, whenever I switch it on, I can immediately read my book or newspaper without any bother at all. And when I go and visit my family and sit in their sitting rooms, I can't understand why they live in this dim world. I would ask them to consider what they want a light for, and if you want a fashion accessory, obviously you can go to any big store and find something you think is agreeable that will look nice in your living room. But if you want something agreeable that will look nice in your living room that also functions as a reading light or a light to use, then I would consider the Alex light because of its functionality. Sight is our most important sense, and we are so dependent on it. The Alex light seems to be the only light around that I've come across that is actually designed to deliver as near perfect light as possible for indoor use.